I've done maybe about 3 or 4 videos on this topic. What we're about to see is pure. You thought this whole Teo Ministries thing is foolishness. This, what I'm about to play for you, is straight madness. If you have kids, I want you guys to be very aware. This is going to open you guys' eyes into how you should be monitoring your kids, of who you think that they should be around, and as a parent, you're just gonna really have to monitor who's around your children. Because I remember when um this was maybe about a few years ago, right? I did quite a few videos concerning this topic. I think this was maybe about 3 years ago. The LGBTQ was trying to add an extra acronym. They wanted to be LGBTQP. P, and this video is about to get demonetized right now. I can't even demonetize. I can't even get no monetization off of this one. But the P was standing for a pedophile. LGBTQP, P was going to stand for pedophile. But there was a lot of pushback from the LGBTQ community, but there were some people who was kind of on board with it. Some LGBTQ members said that they didn't even want to be associated with that. They didn't want to be associated with pedophiles and people who want to have a relationship with kids, right? So to be fair, anybody, when you do talk to people who are a part of the LGBTQ community, a lot of them do not rock with this. This is something different. This is something totally different. They don't rock with the whole, pedophile, minor attracted persons, which is the acronym for MAPS, MAPS, minor attracted persons, which this lady is going to bring out in this particular video that I'm going to show. But one thing that was brought out, and I was watching a sermon by Voddie Baucham, and he kind of, not only just him, but it was John MacArthur, and they were kind of, they kind of brought something to light. And one thing that Voddie Baucham said was, I want to think, what was it, back in 2012 or 2013 or 14 or one of that, when, honestly, go ahead and help me out. Let me know, when was the whole gay marriage rights thing passed. Let me know when that was passed. But anyway, around that time, I want to say maybe around 2020, between 2012 and 2014. Anyway, one thing that Voddie Baucham brought out was that it went from being about gay rights and gay marriage, and then as soon as that happened, the whole transgender thing came like right behind it. Now the fight was, people can be, first it was people need to be able to love who they want to love, and then it became people need to be who they are. If a man feels like he's a woman, we need to go ahead and just recognize that person as a woman, right? If a woman wants to be a man, then, we need to recognize that person as a man. The whole Bruce Jenner thing came out. He got Woman of the Year after transitioning just 6 months. Women who have been women all their lives, and they have been putting in great work in this country all of this time, lost to a man who had only been a woman or transitioned to a woman for 6 months. That's when I knew that that's when I knew that this world, we're done. We're finished. I was feeling that then. When I saw this, we're super done now. We are super done. So now we know that the whole now we know that the whole trans thing is now becoming like this big, what do you call it, this big argument, right? The fight is about treating trans people as equals, not misgendering or mispronouncing someone's gender or something like that. That's the biggest fight that's going on now. But before we can even put that argument to the side, now they're pushing it for kids. Now they're saying that you need to accept these kids whenever they say that they are of a different gender. And I think in Canada, if I'm not mistaken, if your son or your daughter says they want to be the opposite gender and you don't start to get them on puberty blockers and start to help them along with that transition process, then your kids can be taken from you. I can't remember if it's the UK or if it's in Canada, but it's one of these places where I think it's in Canada, to be honest. So anyway, stumbled across this video a couple of days ago. And once again, if you guys got children, I think this is the time that you guys need to be pretty much involved with your kids in their lives, because these are the type of people that are out here right now.
Folks, my name is Miranda. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a licensed professional counselor and sex therapist in Erie, Pennsylvania. And today I want to...
Sex therapist. I want you guys to catch that. Sex therapist. Sound like some Decepticon work going on. Some Decepticon work going on. This lady is a sex therapist, but she's promoting pedophilia.
Talk about minor attracted persons. And I want to talk about minor attracted persons because they are probably the most vilified population of folks in our culture. And
vilified. Pedophiles are the most vilified people in our culture. Right? For good reason. We're talking about people who hurt kids. That's the reason why they're the most vilified. But remember, these were the same arguments that they were using for the LGBTQ community. Same arguments that they were using for the trans community, that they're still using for the trans community. Remember, trans people, about a year or two ago, were the most vilified people and were the most persecuted people in the world. Now it's the pedophiles. I want you guys to just really pay attention to that.
And most folks are making incorrect assumptions about them without actually knowing much about them. And those assumptions create harm for an already marginalized population.
Marginalized population. Man, you cannot make this stuff up.
You may have noticed that I'm using the term minor attracted persons, sometimes abbreviated to MAPS, instead of the more commonly used term pedophile. And I'm doing this because the term pedophile has moved from being a diagnostic label to being a judgmental, hurtful insult that we hurl at people in order to harm them or slander them. I also prefer person-first language that...
Fair use, fair use. You can already see where she's going with this. Right off the deep end.
Recognizes that any label we might apply to a person is only part of who they are and doesn't represent everything that they are. We are all people first with many different facets or parts of ourselves, and this includes folks who are attracted to minors. So to start with, let's talk about what a minor attracted person is or who they are. This term simply means that the person has an enduring sexual or romantic attraction to minors. They've not chosen this attraction, just as the rest of us have not chosen whatever our attraction is. You don't get to choose to be heterosexual or to be gay or whatever you are. And you don't get to choose to be a minor attracted person. Some minor attracted persons are attracted to a specific age range of minors, while some are not. And some minor attracted persons are exclusively attracted to minors and are not attracted to adults at all. Some minor attracted persons are also attracted to adults.
Man, listen. Listen. This is the world that we're living in. This is it. That's why right now, and I'm going to prophesy to y'all right now. I'm going to get a little Pentecostal on y'all. See, I did videos about this. Let me see if I can bring those up. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to show you guys some of these topics that I've covered. She said it's way worse. You said you should do another show and drop the link. I will send some more videos that will make your head explode. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you will. But these are some of the videos that I've covered, right? 9 months ago I did one where I read an article. It was one of my Christian news segments where you had a school down in South Florida. They took their kids to a gay bar, right, during the day. A gay bar, a place where people hook up at. Place where adult people who drink alcohol and possibly do drugs, they took them there for a field trip. Here's another one that I did about 2 weeks ago, right? About the effects of puberty blockers, or the negative effects for puberty blockers in children. And the puberty blockers are there to help the kids, quote unquote, transition. Well, actually, that's what we're doing now. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Here we go. Right here. I did this 4 years ago because I knew that and back then I said in that particular video, I said in that video that they're going to start fighting for pedophiles. I said the next fight after this transgender thing, the next fight is going to be for pedophiles. I said that 4 years ago, and look where we are. Look where we are. We are here right now. Didn't even take long. That one particular video, I said it then and already.